All right, good morning. It is Tuesday, the day of the pop-up. I'm gonna move my car. I just dropped off Gavin really quick from the visitor parking so we could bring up that last minute stuff like the extra rack and the A-frame and stuff. And now I'm gonna go move my car in the visitor parking. And then Gavin's rolling out the racks so we can get them all oriented how we want, get our point of sale system set up, make sure we're all good to go, which we should be. But yeah, I wonder what the turnout's gonna be like. Again, we have like revenue numbers from last year. We want to at least tie, but hopefully we can surpass. So we'll see how that goes.
Thoughts on having these right in the window?
I kind of want these maybe like more up here.
Okay.
More like. All right, here's the layout we're going with. So as soon as you walk in, it's just a cove of clothes. We got all the animal stuff, icy stuff, miscellaneous, lots of tees and jerseys, some jackets through here. Our rugby, all the denim into button-ups, into more button-ups, into pearl snaps, into knitted sweaters. So it's kind of similar to what we did last year, but last year we had the table here and then similar kind of situation. I wonder how many racks we had last year. It must have been 7.
We had 7 or 8. I have the photos.
Feeling it. Last year we sold like over 80 button-ups. I think it was like 87 button-ups, something like that. So.
And we have a better selection this year. Probably the same amount.
Probably the same amount, but yeah, overall definitely better, more true vintage. Denim button-ups did great last year too, so we will find out. And okay, so how many rugbies do we have? We got 2, 4, 6, 22, 24, 20. We got 24 rugby button-ups or rugby polos. How many do you think we're gonna sell?
We have 24.
24. Yeah, at least half.
I was gonna say probably like 14 to 18.
Yeah.
If not all of them. It's the first time we're doing it, and it's a really good selection of colors.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pumped on those. Let's see, out of all of these knits, probably my favorite one. I love this one. I just think this one's super cute. It's like got a good crop to it, the cute embroidery, nice collar, and it's like a really soft knit. This vintage Ocean Pacific knit is really nice. Very retro colors. Nice like medium weight, but has like the length of a t-shirt. I love this one. This pink like 70s, 80s button up, lightweight cable knit, but also soft. It's a gorgeous pink color. And this one's cool. Super retro, kind of like knitted button up shirt. Lightweight. Townsley, Rome, Paris, New York. We're one of those. So there's probably like 8 people here when we opened the doors, and now it's slowly started to trickle up. So here's the current turnout. Maybe like 20 people, give or take.
Yeah, nobody wanted to wait in line. They just wanted to wait until the doors were open.
Good Ithaca pieces are flying. Button-ups are flying. Pretty steady so far. Maybe like 20-ish pieces in the first 21 minutes. So we'll see. And then also like how it was last year, there'd be big groups of people coming in, and then it would die down when classes start, and there'd be another big wave and it'd die down. So I need to be home by 4. So I'm expecting to probably try to finish and wrap up here around 2. Should be pretty quick if we just bring the cars around and load up again, especially if we have a lot less stuff. So, all right, first wave is done. Everyone's in class now, but that's how much we've moved so far. I'd probably say close to like 30-35 pieces, so we're happy. Lots of button-ups, of course. Plenty of the good IC stuff is moving, but yeah, still plenty to go, and it's only been 40 minutes in, so we'll see when the next wave happens. Also, I've been keeping an eye on the weather for Saturday, and originally it was showing like 0.3 inches. I checked last night and it showed 1.25 inches, and I almost had like a heart attack. And now it's back to like 0.45, so really we can't tell what it's really gonna be like until the days, like a day or two before. We'll probably make the final decision like that Friday night, or not Friday night, maybe Thursday night, Friday morning, what we wanna do, and then let the vendors know if it's not gonna happen. But again, if it's just a little bit of rain, if it's like 0.2 inches, or up to like, even if we're 0.4, but it happened mostly in the morning, or mostly in the evening, or was just evenly spread out throughout the day, I think people would still show up because we have like, you know, Chili Fest during the winter and stuff like that. People will still go out and want something to do. Plenty of people know about it still. So it's like, as long as it's not like pouring. If it's pouring, no one's gonna wanna go. But if it's just like a steady drizzle, it shouldn't be that big a deal, and people will wanna show up and still have a good time. So fingers crossed, keep us in your prayers. Hopefully we can still host this event, because it'd be great. We would love to be able to put on our first event like this, and a lot of planning has gone into it. And we had a lot of vendors lined up, so. So haven't really had a second wave yet. They said it was gonna be around like 10:40, then maybe another one around noonish. But slowly people are still trickling in that I think maybe have their first class coming up and stuff like that. But we're doing good. I'm happy that we're actually able to move quantities, especially because, like I was saying before, how because we're doing the buy one get one half off and button ups, that'll really drop our average sale price. I'm totally fine with that, because I just want people to come and get good stuff. They're coming out for us. We want to hook them up. Homie Ellis, the one that did the first round of modeling for us, came through and of course took advantage of the button up sale. Got some good ones. This one, I wish it was my size, the denim collar. It's an absolute beaut. Got some animals, got plenty of button ups. He took advantage.
We should get one of those. I was looking at them last night. The Instax, the Insta like 360, like little cameras.
Yeah.
They're like $300-400 bucks. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you don't have to dig around with that anymore.
Does it actually have like a good mic on it?
I don't know about the mic, but their quality for a camera is incredible.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, for that, it would make sense for like a vlog maybe, but for the interview videos, it would need to be upright, and we need to still have an external mic where we can get ourselves fully in frame, right, versus like this.
I'll just go get a new phone. And we can use mine as a shop phone.
I'm not saying you should do that, but if you choose to do that, that's on you. That's on you. But we're talking about cameras and stuff like that because I just recorded like 5 interview videos with people that came through, and I was excited. They were all really good. People had good answers and stuff. And on all of them, I messed up and it didn't record the audio. So it recorded on the phone, but we're so far away from the phone, like you don't really hear it. So sorry for everyone if you're watching this video that got interviewed the first half of this pop-up. I won't be able to use your videos, but we're gonna see how many we can get going forward. It's, what time is it now? It's 10:59. We had a good substantial wave. Here's the stack again, maybe like close to coming up on 50. But yeah, it's been steady, so we're very happy. A little bit of everything selling, and still lots of button-ups, which is great. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say button-ups in this video, but we got a lot of them, and we need them to sell. So to our surprise, the rugby actually aren't as hot a commodity as we thought. People are checking them out and maybe trying them on, but other than the one we sold to Ellis that I just showed you with the denim collar, these are not moving as much as we thought. Denim's doing decent, a little bit of Pro Snaps, a little bit of Spring are doing good. Of course, the IC stuff's moving.
Button-ups and t-shirts leading the way.
Yeah, t-shirts for sure. Couple crew necks here, couple knits, but not a whole lot. We brought some of our more higher end vintage ones too on the t-shirts. But yeah, I mean, we're happy so far at the pace things are going, and it's still early, and so we'll see what it's like kind of coming around to that 2:30 time frame if it's still gonna be busy. I think they said the next wave is at around like 11:40 or something like that, so 11:27. It's been steady, no rushes yet. We were looking back at the numbers from last year, and we were having a busier time at this 11 to 12 time frame, so maybe there'll be another surge coming by, we'll see. I see a bunch of students walking around now, so they might be making their way this way, but we finally filled up the whole hanger stand. It's about 65 pieces, so lots going. A lot of people taking advantage of the button-up sale. Super sick.
Kind of makes sense.
So really quickly, when I wanted to show you guys something. Yesterday when Gavin and I were dropping stuff off, we were perusing around, looking at different stuff they have, looking at some of their hats, and there's this one hat is super sick. Like if someone were to bring this in the store, at first glance I would assume it's a vintage hat, just the retro look of it. Super tough. If I were to get a hat, that would be it. I also like that one. That one's kind of cool. Big spell out, not too bad. They got a good few options, and I just really like even though I'm not a Nike person, I do like these check ones. I like that one a lot. Like, can't go wrong with green, of course. But they have very good options at hats, whereas like the more modern tees and sweats, I'm like, meh on, but I dig their hat selection. This knit's pretty cool. I think it's like what's it? Renew Sustainable Collection, 100% recycled material, which is super sick. It's really nice, mid-weight. They got blue ones too. If you're gonna buy something from the IC store, grab these. Just got some button-ups, 4 button-ups for 66 bucks. Where else are you gonna do that? Nowhere.
Not anywhere I can think.
Not for these good ones. This one's super nice with the ribbing. So it definitely slowed down. It's currently 114, and we're probably gonna have maybe one more surge. We'll see if we're lucky, but we're definitely down from last year. But in general, the average price point that we paid per piece, or we sold every per piece last year, was $25, give or take, and now it's around 29, even with us giving away a free button-up. So I'm not really complaining. Our average price point has gone up over the months leading up to this second time that we're talking about IC. So I'm happy people are getting lots of good stuff, and we're still getting an average higher price point, just to really show the value of what we have and making sure we're not devaluing our stuff too much. So, and we are all wrapped up, as you can see. I got all the clothes in the back of the whip. I'm headed home now just because my wife needs to head out to work, and I'm gonna switch over parenting duties. So we'll unload all this tomorrow before the store opens up at its new time. So instead of us being open 11 to 5 on the weekdays and then 11 to 4 on Saturday, we're now open 12 to 6 on the weekdays and then 12 to 5 on Saturday. So I'll get to the store a little bit earlier tomorrow with Gavin, and we'll start unloading stuff and figure out that plan of attack of putting stuff away. And so I'm gonna sit down later tonight, maybe early tomorrow morning, and kind of look at some numbers and see how the day went overall. My general blanket statement is that it was a good event. I am happy with it. I would still continue to do it every year. It was definitely less revenue than last time. However, the thing to consider is that we did it on a Tuesday, where we were typically closed anyway, and we'd be making 0 revenue this day. Whereas last time we had it on a Friday, I'd probably say we made like an extra like 20% more in revenue than we did this time. But the fact that we have a whole nother day of made revenue this time versus last time, again, we had to close down the shop and do it on a Friday, I think it probably equals out. And also I have to double check again when I look at the numbers later, but from when I was keeping an eye on things as we were selling them, our average price point was still higher than it was the last time, even though we were giving out so many button-ups. I think we sold around 50 button-ups, give or take. I can't complain about that. I'm grateful that Ithaca College enjoys having us and brings us up there. So we were in chats of maybe doing one in the fall time as well, so we have 2 a year, and maybe make them a little bit smaller. Also, a thing to consider is that on the notes that I left for last time when we did it, we were there for about 7 hours, whereas this time we were there for about 6, so that's also something to factor in. Just in general, I think people are spending a little less money nowadays. People are kind of more strict on what they're splurging on, so lots of things to consider, but I'm still very happy with the event. We were hoping to do more revenue this year. It didn't happen, but in hindsight, I think it's totally good for what we could have expected. And just, again, being grateful that Ithaca College lets us pop up there. So I'll talk to you guys probably in the next video about my final thoughts, but we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for everyone that goes to IC that came and shopped with us. We saw a ton of new faces, a ton of usual faces, and it was a good time. We're happy that we were there. So thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.